The Pan-African Conference on Inequalities in the context of structural transformation has ended in Accra with a call on African leaders to promote equality by providing the legal framework that will tackle the issue of inequality. The three-day conference, organized by the government of Ghana in partnership with Denmark and other organizations, served as a platform for participants to discuss ways of charting the path for equality on the continent.
The conference emphasized the economic dimensions of inequalities and concentrated on social aspects given their interconnection. Participants deliberated on the structural dynamics which shape inequality and also addressed the challenge of politics and how governments are positioned in the discussion on the matter. At the closing ceremony, the former Treasury Secretary of the United Kingdom, Lord Paul Boateng, said the time has come for equality to take center stage if growth is to match poverty reduction in Africa.
Faster reduction in poverty is possible, but it will require a decline in inequality in both outcomes and opportunities. There is no alternative to addressing the inequality agenda if we are to promote sustainable and continuing growth. So growth in Africa will require resilience to external shocks, improvement in agricultural production, productive non-agricultural jobs in both rural and urban areas, better safety net programs, particularly in countries that benefit from natural resources.
The economic advisor at the presidency, Dr. Nimoy Thompson, read the declaration for the deliberation known as the Accra Declaration.
We all urge a legitimate and capable developmental state to drive this policy renewal to tackle inequalities and promote such people-centered transformation of our societies and economies. In this context, new, fair and effective taxation regimes, measures to curb illicit capital flows, and combat corruption can generate the resources for the necessary public investments and accountable development financing strategies.
The Minister of State at the presidency in charge of finance and allied institutions, Mr. Fifi Kweti, urged participants to use the Accra Declaration for its intended purpose and not leave it on the shelf.
As a group, you will need to ensure that there are mechanisms in place not only to implement the recommendations from this conference, but also to monitor progress and be accountable to each other as we all commit to do our part. The regional bodies that have partnered with us, the United Nations system, as well as our sister countries, will need to ensure that we continue the dialogue that has been initiated here in Accra.
The final document will serve as a guideline for tackling the problem of inequality and will be distributed to all stakeholders.